Hey guys, welcome to episode 2 of the Journeyman series here at RB Salzburg, obviously where we're starting off our career in the Austrian Bundesliga, in which we are already dealing with the stresses of being the Salzburg coach, because Bayern Munich, a team that obviously are a great team in Europe, have brought one of our centre-backs, and I'll show you who it is currently. They have brought Pavlovic of us. They have come in and they put in an offer that we couldn't refuse, and well, Pavlovic has made the move from the Austrian Bundesliga to the Bundesliga to play for Bayern Munich, obviously a player we're going to keep tabs on in his career. We're going to see how he develops over in the Bundesliga under the Bayern Munich managers and stuff like that and coaches. But we have already made the signing to replace him, and a player that got relegated last season with Southampton is who we have brought in. And you guys, my assistant coaches in the comments below, decided that Pavlovic, if he does leave, we should bring in Bela Kotchap, and as you can see, that is done. He is right-footed, but he has a fire-start weak foot, so it's not going to really be too much of an issue. I see Omar Saleh is good with his left foot as well, so we have a very versatile backline in terms of the two defenders being left and right-footed basically, and two very pacey defenders, tall and physical as well, 6'3", and obviously Saleh is also 6'4", so we are going to be an issue to get past defensively. And with Mantel and Dedic and Guindo as well in the backline, we have got a very versatile and solidified backline alongside Terzic and Piatowski and Van der Brent as well on the bench. But Berger, a homegrown talent, has been promoted. He's going to be converted to a striker, and he will be taking over from Adamo, because Adamo last episode, he did alright, but he didn't really prove up until the final game what he can really do for us. And Berger, obviously, is a homegrown talent. He is the next best thing coming out of the Austrian Bundesliga. The Austrian talent is going to be possibly the greatest Austrian footballer to ever play the game. So we're going to give him his chance to play here. And Adamo is going to be a player that goes into the bench, and we'll get some game time throughout the season. But due to obviously having 5 strikers fighting for the first team position, because Fernandes, a player that we're trying to sell, we are going to learn out Simic, but also we're going to loan him out. I was going to say we could also sell him and let him go to a team to get first team football, but he's only 18. Last episode he came off the bench and again got 2 goals for us and played incredibly well, but we are going to let him go out on loan. So I see Adamo, Konate, Koita and Berger are going to be our first team strikers, and Forsten's a player that I actually feel like we could let go. So obviously we don't play with any wingers in this formation. We play a narrow formation, and he isn't really going to get much game time. He can't play Cam, he can't play centre mid. I've checked to see if he'll develop there. It's going to take like 100 plus weeks to convert him there. So they've got Nayan. Could be looking for first team football elsewhere. So that's why he's up for transfer, just to really allow him to flourish in his career. So he's a player that looks pretty good. He's got a lot of pace about him. His end product isn't really there right now, but let him go out, let him move to a team, and he can develop there, and we'll keep an eye on his career, as we are going to do with a bunch of these players that we obviously start here with at RB Salzburg. A bunch of these players are possibly going to be somewhere in the future. Maybe we're going to sign them in a future team and see what they can do for us. But I'm going to stop waffling now. Let's get into the first game of the episode, and we're going to get through a bunch of games in this episode. We're going to start our Champions League campaign as well. We're going to play the group stage, because obviously we're at RB Salzburg. We're not guaranteed to go through the group stage. We've got a hard group as well. Let's get into the episode and hope that Bela Kotchap can start off good and start to develop into the centre-back he's got the potential to be. Okay, so here we are, the first game of the episode up against Attack, the team that are currently second in the Austrian Bundesliga, but are currently third after 2 wins and 1 loss. Obviously, we lost our very first game of the season and got back-to-back wins after that. But I think we're going to make a slight change to the formation, not the formation, but the team. Goerner's going to start on CDM instead of Seedvald, and the Seedvald is going to be on the bench for this one. Berger starts up front, making his debut, and Bela Kotchap also makes his debut for us in this game. So let's get into this one up against the second place team and hopefully get a victory to start the episode off, and hopefully we can continue the good form we showed at the end of last episode. Now, one thing I'm going to say at the very start of this game here is we're not going to play every game in the Austrian Bundesliga. You're going to see in this episode that we are going to sim a bunch of them. I'm going to do similar to what we did in the Aston Villa series, where I just sim it in the background and I'll show you updates every now and again on how the league's going, because obviously our main goal obviously is to win the league, but we are RB Salzburg. We are pretty much like the best team in the league. But Mantel's made a big save there. I need to get my focus. It's been a couple of days since I recorded the first episode. Obviously some delays in it going out, which obviously is something that I'm going to look to not happen in the series too much. With Berger here, it's done brilliantly there. But his touch let him down. And we get the ball back here. And Koita now, what's your shooting like from range? Koita from range, he scores! And it's a brilliant start to the game. Mantel made a save at one end, and Koita, who had a slow start to his season, has kicked it off with a great goal there. But obviously last episode he did well. And what a strike there from Koita. Obviously he played that. Also he's going to gather a lot of teams looking at him right now. That's the downside. Obviously players like Koita playing well for us. Teams like Bayern Munich, teams like Premier League teams and La Liga teams, etc. are going to look to sign him. That's something we've got to deal with in the series. But Koita here scores here, and whoa, it's a great start to this game. This starting midfield is high. There goes Oscar, diminutive, centre mid, or centre cam, and whoa, we have some incredible long range shooters in our team right now. Because that's 2 long shots. Koita and Oscar, who we know can shoot from range because he did it last episode. And his radio talent is also going to be someone that I'm going to keep eyes on throughout this whole career mode. I would like to take 1 or 2 players from every team with us, you know what I mean? Maybe like Soler, I've seen in the comments, could be a player that was signed like Jose Mourinho did. You know, have 1 player from every team in your team. Like every time you move to a different team, you sign one of your most trusted players. But Oscar, depending on what teams we join, could also be one of those players, because I really like him. He's a very good player. I mean, this whole team is good. It's going to be hard to choose players that we don't use. But you can already see that all these players in this team are going to be great players at 5 seasons down the line. And there's Guindo defending once again. Here he does this job. That's offside. No, it ain't. It's actually onside. I was just saying it was offside just in case. But Manto, you could have left that. Or at least kept it on the pitch. It's a poor corner to give away. It's a sloppy one as well. Guindo gets it clear to Oscar now. Oscar now. Can he find a free ball into Koita? Yes, he can. Can Koita get a touch? Take it away from the defender. Can he make it free? Early on here to make it free. Yes, he does. 22 minutes in. And this is the RB Salzburg that we wanted to see. This is a team that we should have been in the first episode, well, the first game, I should say. We played very good in that game, as you saw in the episode if you watched it. We just were unfortunate to concede, and we didn't get many goals ourselves. We only got 1, we conceded 3, and it just wasn't a great game all around for us. We played great, but it wasn't our day. But right now, 3-0 up here, inside 22 minutes, well, inside 23 minutes technically. It's been a perfect start. Head that clear, Soler, love that. Koita now into Kierkegaard. Double K link up. I should have gone over the top. But Kierkegaard wins it back anyway. It's out wider to Koita for the hat-trick. Oh, Strauss is there.
So 2 minutes of stoppage time to be
going up, that's yours. There we go. Kierkegaard.
Going well.
Oh, here goes Oscar. Oh, that's a free kick, ref. How is that not a free kick? Suchik hit that. How is that not a free kick? I mean, apparently it wasn't a free kick, even though it should have been a free kick, but 3-0 up here at half time. We are going to sim the rest of this game because, well, this game is dead and buried, but we're going to jump to result here, and it should end up being a victory in the end. It's a 4-1 win with Koita grabbing a hat-trick for himself. Love to see it. Okay, before we kick off our very first Champions League group stage, well, our Champions League campaign in the group of death that we've been drew in, unfortunately, how the league is currently going. Currently, we are second on 16 points behind Sturm Graz, who finished second in the Austria Bundesliga. Last season, in its real life, obviously last season in real life, we're obviously technically in the 23-24 season we're playing in right now. So Sturm Graz are looking to beat us to the title this season, but obviously we're not going to let them. And we're going to get into the Champions League group stage here. And as you can see, we've got Drew in a pretty hard group. Milan, Arsenal, obviously us, Salzburg, and Dinamo Zagreb. Obviously, Dinamo Zagreb are a team that we're going to not struggle against the most, but they are a team that obviously can cause issues. And Arsenal and Milan are going to be tough challenges. So let's get into the group stage here. I usually don't play the group stage, but since we're doing a journeyman series, I feel like it makes sense to do so. And change of the team this time is Seedvar's going to play in centre mid, Gerner in CDM. We've promoted the youth academy player in Brenno Gomez, who's a right wing currently. We are converting into a cam, and could possibly the next maybe Coutinho, maybe Neymar, depending on who he plays like. I'm not sure who he could be right now. He's 5'7", so maybe more of a Coutinho player. But let's get into this game up against Dinamo Zagreb, and hopefully show that we have some fight in this competition. It would be nice to at least put a fight in this group stage, not get knocked out easily. At least finishing third, maybe 2 points behind Milan and Arsenal would be great. But you know what I mean, like, get us into Europa League. That's all I'm trying to do here. Get us into Europa League at least. Seedvard, they have Batarina, they have a young talent in their team. There goes Gerner. There's a goal back for us. Like Oscar. It's a Koita here. First time hit, well, not first time hit, but hit there. And the keeper says obviously no Novakovic anymore for Dinamo Zagreb. He's moved all the way to Fenerbahce, I believe, over in Turkey. But Konowitz in here. No post header has somehow found his way in. Koita makes it 1-0. I need to see how that went in, because I thought that was going to be an easy save for the keeper at the near post, but clearly a defensive mix-up there. Maybe he thought one of his defenders ahead of him were going to clear it, but none of them did. They let it go through, thinking the keeper was going to get to it, but Koita's header here ends in the back of the net somehow. I really don't understand how this got in. The guy at the near post should have easily got to this, but he ends up blocking the keeper and doesn't even try. That's a weird goal, but we'll take it. It was not like an easy chance. Dedic, that's yours. Here we go. Oh no, caught on the ball there. Saleh. Got a cut chat, blocked. Going out. Ah no. Oh no. Yeah, we've got to concede here. Yeah, we just couldn't get the ball clear. It's one of those where you try to clear it, but the game doesn't let you clear it. It just sort of puts barely any power behind your clearances. As you see right here, I'm not sure why Gomez tried to kick that instead of jumping for a header. And then we should have defended that, but Zagreb back in the game with Spikic. An awful shot he put in on Dedic. Should have been a red, but fortunately it wasn't for us. Could have actually injured Dedic at the same time, so we're lucky that didn't happen. Oh, it's a great pass. And we shouldn't have conceded there. It's a great pass, but Mantle needs to do better there. He's looked good, that's the worst thing. In the previous games, he saves that. But the game decided, you know what, instead of pushing the keeper to the ground to the left, he's going to go straight and open up the left-hand side of the goal. Mantle should do better with Somalis in this game. He goes Sucic. He's behind Berger here, he has done. Berger now to put it back. Oh, why is he just not... He's still on the ball here. Sucic puts it in. Ah, why is Berger not there? Why is he all the way over there? There he is. Berger cuts inside. Can he hit that? No, he can't. That's a penalty, apparently. Apparently, that's a penalty. I mean, we'll take it. Is it a pen? I mean, actually, maybe. Here's our pen taker currently. Koita stood over it. He does have the best pen, so we're going to let him take it. Second Koita, make it 2-2. Buries it and get the ball. Get the ball. That's the mentality we need to put into this team. We're the underdogs. We need to get the ball and just keep going, keep pushing. But Second Koita with a great penalty there. Questionable decision with a pen. I don't know, maybe it was a pen. But Second Koita, perfect penalty, top right corner. Makes it 2-2. Good work from Saleh, stepping up. There goes Koita, the man is on a hat-trick, as I mentioned. Wegener driving with the ball.
He's going forward well here.
Gets it inside to Waska here, hits it and it's saved. Oh no, damage. Can't trust Mantle at the near post, but Mantle saved it this time round. It's holding them off here, or trying to anyway. Big challenge needed. Oh, Saleh has halfway scored a third. Nah. Like. Right here. How? Saleh. His push has gone through the ball. Like, what is that? We end up losing that game because of stuff like this, and it's going to be annoying.
And the Misic. It's with Drimic.
Saleh gets the ball this time. Again, doesn't screw him over. Here goes Gona. Wegener. Dedic. Bury that. There we go. Great bit of play. Zagreb, you can get your questionable goals where you want. We're going to score nice passing football. Obviously, we've had one, or technically two questionable goals to the penalty, but I feel like the penalty was fair. The first goal was a bit weird, but this is a great passing play here, out wide. Gets it inside, and it's a great finish. And I just got unfortunate there. Seedvard, I need to get that. Oh, good shot by Kochap. Almost got in Kochap there. Lovely pass there to Koita. There goes Sucic, he's played great this game. Let's go now out wide here to Window. Window inside to Koita. Koita for his hat-trick. Koita buries it. This has been an incredible performance. A great game here on neutral, 4-3. You know, Salzburg v Dinamo Zagreb, two great teams showing they're going to be a challenge in this group for the likes of Milan and Arsenal. But for us, it's not been a fun game because we've been losing at multiple points. But Seko Koita with a great finish there makes it 4-3, and you love to see it. Oh, not a free kick, but how's that a foul? Good work there, Dedic.
Ball back with Salzburg now.
A couple of changes in a minute. I'll bring on Damu. Oscar plays for Koita.
And he's in the clear.
Koita for 4 goals up against Zagreb. He's done it.
Just what the doctor ordered. Things looking very bright.
Well, maybe we're looking at a next great striker in world football here. Seko Koita, I believe he's 23 years of age right now in this current. He's 22 or 23. Maybe we're looking at a player that in January is going to get a lot of attention. We're going to struggle to keep hold of him because performances like this in the Champions League, if it keeps us up, are going to be a big reason why teams are going to want him. But his score said to make it 5-3. We're going to make some changes in this game, but when he's been on the pitch, he's looked good. He's created chances.
2 minutes of stoppage
Just haven't
time
taken them.
coming up.
Oh, damn, he's done brilliantly there. Oh, why has he played it to Guindo when I've aimed that at Gona?
Bulat.
Oh no.
With Drimic.
Nice chance there for Zagreb to get themselves its goal, maybe. No, they're not, because Gona. Well, I was going to say, oh, he's missed anyway.
So full time it is.
Again, wouldn't let me clear it there, but it's a 5-3 win in our first group stage game, and it's 3 points and a hat trick, well, 4 goals for Koita. Okay, well, it's time for our toughest challenge here. Arsenal in the Emirates Stadium have brought in Riyad Mahrez. If you want to know how that's possible, technically, Mahrez in career mode for me is a free agent because obviously Al Ali are in the game. I believe that's the team he's gone to anyway. They've also brought in the likes of Hermoso. They've also brought in Davide Calabria to play right back. And let's get into the game. As you can see, Piatowski is going to play at centre back and Terzic is going to play left back due to some tired legs due to our league action recently. We're currently at 5 points behind Stone Glass, but our next game is against them, so we're going to play that one as well, obviously in the Austrian Bundesliga. Let's get into this one now. We're up against Arsenal and see if Arsenal are going to teach us a massive lesson here. I'm going to see how far away we are from being at the top level, or we're going to pick up a surprising result and maybe shock Mikel Arteta here. That looked offside. Oscar now into Kiergaard. For a moment to remember, Maritz Kiergaard has just scored an insane long shot against Arsenal in the Champions League group stage. He's got the capabilities. I've used him since like FIFA 19 or 20 when he first came into the game, or it might have been FIFA 20 that he first came into the game. And every FIFA since he was in the game, I've used him, and it's been incredible from long range. And right here, he shows that once again with a perfect strike. Nothing Ramsdale can do about that one. And right now, Arteta is stunned.
Trossard. Arsenal move it forward.
Martinelli now need to do something here. Jorginho now, the Italian, gets it across, and it's a Mantle. Oh, he's fumbled it. He couldn't recover it. It's great play. Incredible there. But Mantle couldn't quite recover in time. Too powerful a strike there by Martinelli from close range. He couldn't stop it properly. And the backspin forces it over the line, and Mantle couldn't get there in time. And it's back level here.
So back underway. Well, this could pose problems
no.
for the defenders.
Piatowski now stepping in for Bella Kotchap for this game, just him being tired, but shot, and it's scored by Riyad Mahrez. And here's the difference in quality between the two teams. If we lose this game, I ain't going to be annoyed. You know what I mean? It's Arsenal at the end of the day. I didn't expect to win against them. Maybe a point, but Mahrez just tried to get back out. No one gets over to him in time. I tried to get over to him, but it's a great strike, and it beats Mantle, and Koita's going to have to go off, and hopefully his injury isn't too substantial, because we've got a big game against Stone Glass up next in the league. So there we go.
And a bit more depending on their minds here, I think. And coolly done in the end.
A bit loose there from Mantle. I want to see that.
Kamil Piątkowski.
Does it now? It's actually Sucic. He's in midfield, obviously. That makes sense. Oh, great through ball. Into Konate. Can Konate? Oh, what a moment in this young lad's career. His first Champions League game, I believe, in his career. I'm not sure if he played last season for RB Salzburg in the competition, but for his hair, his first ever appearance, and he's chipped Aaron Ramsdale. That's a brilliant through ball by Sucic, and he chips Ramsdale. He comes off a Koita, who isn't injured. I just took him off because he's tired. So I thought, I'll dress him just in case. And Konate has proven that even without Koita, we've got a talented striker on our hands. So the first one, a little bit fortunate. Good challenge there from Terzic, former Fiorentina man. Trossard with a loose touch there. Unfortunately, couldn't get it. And Terzic is there once again. Oh no. Oh no. Please. Mantle. Thank you. Speaking of great defending, we need to see it here. And we do with Saleh with a perfectly timed challenge there on Martinelli. Logan now putting out the little tricks there. Oh, Oscar's just overhit that. Maybe that's just the tired legs there. Terzic can win the header. Oh, how's he actually passed that? Oh, Piatkowski, brilliant work. Here's Maritz Kiergaard over the top here, looking for Berger. One touch, hit. Oh, it's blocked, and it's like, how's that not a corner? I swear it got a deflection off the defender. Kiergaard, love that. Oh, why is it not gone to Gomez? When it's actually right there. Mahrez, oh no. Trossard now, Piatkowski, big challenge needed. Doesn't find it, but Saleh's there. Potential run there that he could have had, but Washington good defending. And good save there from Mantle. Keep that in, please. I have not kept that in, Terzic. I don't like this though. Right on the ball, Mantle, that's yours. I guess Seedvard. Couldn't find not Berger. Adami, I need to remember that he's on the pitch now. Gabriel Jesus also won. No, that ain't a pen. That ain't a pen. No. Why does this always happen to me, man? That ain't. It's fell over after the challenge. Jorginho v Mantle. Italian v German. Oh, yeah. It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. Okay, got a chance though. Seedvard. Adamu. Oh, why has he passed it? Why has he not passed it to his feet like I told him to do so? Why has he played it like ahead of him into the defense? Like, oh, should we deserve a point in this game? Oh, we're not going to get it because stupid refereeing. Okay, so after we were screwed out of a point in the Champions League, we now take on Sturm Graz, who are currently undefeated in the Austrian Bundesliga. Currently at the top of the table on 25 points. We're second with 20 points. So a win here will obviously put them 2 points behind, or 2 points behind them, and obviously end up undefeated from right now and put us in a chance to actually gain back the title. Because obviously right now Sturm Graz on. Let me do this. Okay, so after we were screwed out of a point in the Champions League against Arsenal, Milan take on Sturm Graz here, are currently top of the Austrian Bundesliga, 25 points. We're second with 20 points. Let's get into this one and hopefully try to reclaim back the #1 spot in Austria. Oh, mistake there. Asking out. Berger for his first goal. He finally's got it. Finally. He's got his first goal for us here. It's been unfortunate so far to have his shots saved or, just about missing. But he finally gets his first goal for RB Salzburg here, the number 10. A 6'3" giant. The next Erling Haaland possibly here. He doesn't really have the scoring, mentality of Haaland right now. But obviously Haaland, at one point, wasn't the best goal scorer in his career. But maybe this is the beginning of the future of Sebastian Berger. Back challenges. Can he play for Koita? Yes, he can. Koita now to make it Oh, okay, he scored. I was going to say, why is he taking it on his left? And I told him to switch it to his right. But he scores to make it 2-0. And as you can see, Austria isn't a challenge for us. The Champions League is the challenge. So I'm going to make this 3 or 4-0. Similar the rest of the game. Go into the game against AC Milan. And just try put the fight that we did against Arsenal. Which we deserved the point. I'm going to keep saying that to the end of, like, I don't even know. That's what I'm going to look back on at one point in this career at the end. When we've won the Champions League. I'm going to remember that game. When we got robbed of a point against Arsenal. And right now, managing Arsenal is maybe a team that I don't manage. Because at the moment, they're not a team that are in our, in our good graces. Maybe they're going to be like our rivals in this career mode. But window, okay, Manto, you could have got to that. Berger. Oh, reference a free kick. Go on. Koita. Make it free. Koita. Oh, he's unstoppable. That was a weird goal, but we make it free. And as I mentioned, I'm going to sim the rest of this game. Sekou Koita is going to be a transfer dilemma of this summer. Oh, not the summer, in the winter, sorry. Do we cash in or do we keep? That's the question. Right now, keeping him is what I want to do, but depending on who comes in for him, it might be too much to turn down. I think it depends on our fate in the Champions League as well. If we make it through, or we go into the Europa League, I think we have a chance at keeping him. But if we get knocked out completely, then I think we have to sell him. But in the game here, we end up picking a 4-1 win with Oscar, obviously grabbing himself another goal. Okay, so as you can see, we're going to go into our third Champions League game in the group stage up against AC Milan, who are 1-1 currently. They lost to Arsenal, beat Dinamo Zagreb. Obviously, we should have got a point against Arsenal, but that is where it is. Let's get into this game up against them. I did make a second team just to sim through the calendar, but we're going to drop Seedveld from the team because I do feel like Kierkegaard is much better, even though he's lower rated. I think it's his height. Truth be told, being 6'4", he's more. I don't know, it just feels more impactful on the pitch than Seedveld does, even though his 5 ratings are lower. But I don't understand it, just is where it is. But we're going to get into this game with obviously our first team. As you can see, we've got some good growth in the team so far. And yeah, let's get into this game and hopefully just try to get something from this game up against AC Milan. It's going to be easier, but they do have Theo Hernandez, obviously Benacer, Olivier Giroud, Christian Pulisic. This is great. Okay, better catch up, there we go. Oh no. Oh no. Olivier Giroud. Mantle, that's yours. There we go. Good goalkeeping there from the German. What's going on? Why is he not my ball carrying midfielder right now? It usually is Sucic, but for some reason he isn't getting on the ball. Quite a. Ah, got unfortunate there. Big challenge from Billy Kosh up though. No, Oscar. To Berger now. Goes round to Mori. Berger. Can he make it 1-0? Berger shoots and he scores. Love to see it. The Austrian gets his first Champions League goal, I believe. Did he score in the Champions League? I'm not too sure. He scored in a game, I know that much, earlier in this episode, but he scores here to make it 1-0 against AC Milan. And he goes round to Mori there, easily, to say the least. It's showing that he's got talent. He just needs to become more clinical in the end product. That's what he needs to do. But as of right now, he's looking at a pretty good player for us in the future. Pulisic, okay, as he's still on the ball.
Well, that's really strong play to keep hold.
Big challenge needed, not made. Giroud shoots and he misses.
Dedic now, took it in. Dedic looking for Koita, who doesn't win the header. Unlike him as well. He's actually really fast, so he's got that down. Didn't look the greatest in that situation.
Pobega plays over, and if that went in, there's no way he shouldn't have played the pass. Olivier Giroud, Christian Pulisic, and oh, what a save! What a save there from Mantle, didn't know Rafael Leao. If they score here, what is going on? Why are they passing it around in our box? Like, why did Giroud or Pulisic not shoot there? I mean, we'll take it. AC Milan starting to find their foothold in this game again. Obviously, we need to not allow that. As of right now, the passing is very suspicious. So that's referee. It's an awful challenge on Oscar. It's got to be a red. It's from behind, nowhere near the ball.
And
How
that
is it a
was
yellow?
meant to mean a caution.
The referee is absolutely right.
Julian Brandt, you're lucky. If Oscar's injured... Now let's watch this. No intention to play the ball whatsoever. That's a red. Watching for as though Oscar's completely fine.
Bella Kotchap.
I guess Sucic. Back into Oscar.
Moving into the advanced position.
Sucic now left foot strike from range, blocked by Florenzi. Give me the free kick game. Thank you.
Spotted the infringement, and it will be a free kick in a position
And
of
you know what?
genuine menace.
Just in case Sucic has it in him. Chavella.
And never an
Not a bad
error from the
attempt.
keeper. Be a corner.
We'll allow that. Well, no, we want that actually. Zagreb to go 3 losses for free.
And sliding to thwart
But
it.
Magnan denies. Bella Kotchap of a goal there. Corner whipped in by Oscar. Headed towards goals by
And the goalkeeper
Kiergaard.
in great form.
And again, Magnan
Just
denies
pulled
us.
off an absolutely stunning save there.
Corner
That is
again.
brilliant.
Bella Kotchap. How do we score corners, man? It's no way Magnan should be able to save every single header that comes his way. Bella Kotchap. Okay, we didn't win that one.
Well, that would be straightforward for any keeper. On the ball, Rafael Leao.
Why have you played him on side?
Giroud.
There we go,
Just topping
Solé.
off the supply.
Teo Hernandez, ball across. Miscontrol by Pulisic, but he's still on the ball.
Brandt.
And Bella Kotchap, what a block.
Loaded completely. Sound pe- 5 minutes remaining.
just hold the
and
ball.
one thing is certain, no one is leaving because it's still close.
Seka Koita. Why not? Make it 2. Seka Koita has done. And we are going to steal 3 points here. I say steal because AC Milan have had so many chances. But Giroud, Pulisic, Julian Brandt, Rafael Leao just haven't taken them. Mantle's made some big saves. We've had some great defending. We've barely had anything to do in this game in terms of attacking wise. We've had some good attacks, but we've just been defending, counter-attacking, defending, counter-attack. And Seka Koita makes it 2-0 here in the 85th, and surely that means it's going to be an RB Salzburg win.
So back underway.
In Austria.
Standing at 2-0. Brandt.
Yeah, Julian Brandt. It's been like that this whole game. They've gone forward. Solé and Bella Kotchap and Gerner, etc. Dedic and Guindo have denied them. Speaking of Guindo, that's a great pass. Seka Koita, please inside. He is inside. Chavella. Oh, Seka Koita. Nah. He's 75 rated. And under pressure, he scored a Chavella there. I don't think Tielemans would have scored there. Anton Stark wouldn't. Michael Royce wouldn't have. Seka Koita. I mean, maybe they would have. You know, they're great players, but I'm just saying that to big up Seka Koita, but it's a great finish. And he has now got 6 goals in this competition, by the way. In 3 games, he's scored 6. And it's a current top scorer in the Champions League. And it's a 3-0 win against AC Milan. And simply just to say, Milan weren't good enough today. Like, you can see miss. Obviously, what else do we have here? We've got a bunch of saves from Matt Magnan, but like, let's just show you this one, just in case it wasn't in the episode. So bring the ball forward there, good play, Giroud, blasts it over. Then this one, a few minutes later, ball over the top again, Pulisic into Giroud, drags it wide. That was the story of AC Milan's game. And well, we get the victory. Okay, for the final 3 games of the Champions League group stage against Milan, Arsenal and Dinamo Zagreb, you are going to be playing the highlights of these games because, well, the episode's already 33 minutes long. I've just edited what I've recorded. So I edit like halfway through the video and then record the rest of it just so I know how long's left of the video that I can record, so it isn't too long. I'm going to get into the highlights set up against AC Milan, and I'm going to cut out the boring parts of the highlights if I need to anyway. I'll get to the editing part and I'll decide if I need to, because as you know, highlights sometimes can be very boring. Let's get into this one up against AC Milan. Let's make sure we have Ramos and Gomez on the bench. We have also found some more youth academy talents, but I don't want to promote them just yet because we do have players that we obviously use ahead of them right now. But again, I want Kiergaard in the team. And let's get into this one at the San Siro. We'll just beat AC Milan 3-0. Let's hopefully at least get a point from this game away from home. Okay, so the first highlight actually goes to AC Milan 3 minutes in here. Looks like Olivier Giroud is on the ball, coming forward and got Chukwueze and Rafael Leao to either side of him. He decides to go alone, actually finds Leao in the end. And Ismail Benacer, the ball now. Rafael Leao blocks back with Marseille. And it looks like it's going to be similar again to the one we had in the previous game. So when Benacer, sorry, over the top here to Olivier Giroud. That should be yours every day of the week. I feel like we should have been able to go random there, but good defending there from Florenzi in the end. But counter attack here for AC Milan now. Out wide there to Rafael Leao, plays it back inside to Olivier Giroud, but misplaced that pass there. Now Chukwueze got corners there, but unfortunately hasn't kept the ball. Chukwueze putting up the skills now, through ball, but on a different wavelength to Rafael Leao there. It's out. Unless something happens here, this probably won't be in the episode, but Kierkegaard. And it could be a goal here. Oh, it's wide. That will be in the episode then. Just took too quickly there. Matt Maignan coming out, just rushed me there. And we couldn't really get the shot set up as we wanted it to. Giroud, better cut sharp, okay. Mantle, good save. Now, Sutter on here, 74th minute, a chance to steal a win again. If we do so, AC Milan won't be big fans of us, but Berger now. Oh, why did he not play that pass sooner? Oh, and it's a penalty as well. Oh, no. Olivier Giroud v Mantle. And German v the Frenchman. They've gone bottom right. Oh, it's a loss.
Defeat for the visitors, that's the big story.
Well, Derek, it was a hard-fought contest.
And it's just one of those situations where you press something and the game just doesn't do it. That chance at the end with Berger, press through ball the second I turn around. But he just took too long to do it. Okay, now you can see we actually have skipped the game against Dinamo Zagreb because I decided to sim that in the end because Zagreb were 4-4, so we decided to sim it and they went 5-5, meaning they are going to go winless in this group if they don't beat AC Milan. As you can see, the current group stage means it's not in our hands to finish second. Obviously, if we don't finish second, it isn't the end of the world, in my opinion. So obviously, the Europa League is something that we could possibly actually have a chance of winning, depending on what teams go into that competition. You know, like if Inter they could be as Porto, and obviously a lot of these teams going into the Europa League would be huge challenges for us. Let's get into this one up against Arsenal. Again, we're going to play the highlights of this one with our first team, obviously, and we're going to be in the snow actually in Austria. Obviously, I believe there's actually a winter break in the season in the Austrian Bundesliga. So during the January transfer window, we're not going to have any games to play. So we're going to just basically be able to do transfer business throughout the whole time. Let's get into this one. And after this, I'm going to show you the Youth Academy because we actually have a full Youth Academy right now. And we've got so many great players. A lot of them are wingers who could possibly be cams or strikers. But most of them actually are wingers that we could promote and then sell. Or like we could promote them, sell them, keep an eye on where they go. And then throughout the season and like throughout the career mode, obviously we buy them back and whatever, we'll loan them out and see what happens. But let's get into this game up against Arsenal in the Red Bull Arena. Obviously last time we were robbed of a point against them due to a unfair penalty decision, but let's get into this one. Okay, so the first highlight goes to Arsenal here, 6 minutes in. Have a chance of Martinelli on the ball. Not sure why defensive line is like this, but let's just highlight things. But Trossard's shot there, saved by Mantle. And now Arsenal have a attack here in the 16th minute here. Let's see if we can stop this one. The defensive line in highlights is so stupid, man. Like, why? Look at this team. Our midfielders are playing centre-back. Our centre-backs are like just wherever they want to be. It makes no sense why the team lines up the way it does in highlights. Trossard, how's he got the ball still? Martinelli shoots and Mantle saves it. This has been more lively than the AC Milan game, to say the least. They've actually correct chances and shots that we are going to keep in the episode. The AC Milan one that you would have seen obviously just got cut basically from the beginning to end. But header there at goal, and Ramsdale saves that one. Obviously last time Konate chipped him when we placed him. We beat him twice. Leandro Trossard now, good challenge there, but it's somehow worked out into a pass, and Martinelli chips Mantle. I'm just not going to think about that because that's annoying. I've challenged him perfectly and it's gone into a pass, perfect through ball to them. I hate when the game does that. But Martinelli now So we are going to be finishing third in the group if AC Milan beat Zagreb,
And the
which I will take.
fades out.
Not going to lie, but a corner here. It would be nice to actually get something from this game instead of a loss, but you know. A corner here. Can we try to do something from this?
Over it
Header in.
comes.
Or header
Not the
goalwards.
best
Can't find him.
clearance.
Okay, better catch up.
Good work to win the ball back high up the pitch.
What is going on?
Well closed down. Real chance.
I don't know what just happened there. I've scored a goal.
To level it again.
I could not tell you how I've ended up scoring a goal there. But we scored. Guindo, I believe that's Guindo, grabbed himself a rare goal for himself, unless we made a substitute. But we actually could get a win here later on. Revenge for what they did to us at the Emirates. The Seedvald.
Players waiting in the centre.
There into Berger. There's it off to Oscar, but Tapsoba brings the ball off him. Oh no. Penalty. 79th, Jorginho v Mantle. Jorginho.
To give them the lead here.
Oh, it's right again, man.
He converted.
Oh, it's a chance for a second when I saw where the ball was, I thought it was a chance for us, but Arsenal have won this game. It is what it is.
They might be able to get in now.
Now finishing top of the group. End the game, never gets a 2-1 loss. Is where it is. We expected it. Okay, to end the episode here, I'm just going to show you this very quickly. As you can see, in the regular season in the Bundesliga, we're currently top of the table, and we've got 4 games left of this season. We've got a game there up against, I forgot what that team's called, but game against them. And we have to break in January. We've got a cup begins in February, and we face 3 other teams in February for the end of the regular season. Then it goes into the playoffs, and we'll go into the semi-finals and the final, obviously, and I think we should win that, to be honest. You know, but obviously, one thing I wanted to show you was the actual youth academy as well, because in the team we promoted a couple of players. I'll show you who they are real quickly. We've got Lozano, who's going to be sold. We've got Gomez, who's being loaned out. Gomez as well, who's also being loaned out. And then Charles is being loaned out as well, the Frenchman. And then in our youth academy, we've got so many incredible players. I'm just going to scroll through it here. Like, so many of these players are going to be great for us. And I think some of the ones that have got the lowest potential, I think we could promote, like Frank, Maya, or now we could promote them now, sell them on or loan them out, and then see what happens with them in the future. Like Fernandez, when he becomes 16, we could promote him and sell him. And then some of the higher rated ones that you actually keep here at RB Salzburg, and then keep an eye on how they grow, or we promote them and loan them out. I don't know how you guys want to do this. Let me know, because I do want these players to be world-class players that we use in the future. This Grumid. I want us to be like at Man City or wherever we go. And then August Roy is a player that we look at to be a player in our team. So let me know how we should do this. If we should promote them now, the players that are eligible to be promoted are age-wise. Loan out the ones that are high-rated. Sell the ones that are low-rated in terms of potential-wise. And maybe sell on some of the high-rated ones as well. And to see what happens with the game. Because obviously the game should fulfill their potentials and stuff like that if we actually get them out the team in terms of loans or sells, because if they stay at the team, they're going to just be on the bench with reserves and they're not going to get as much game time. But if we promote them, sell them, or loan them out, then they'll get game time, they'll develop, and they'll become great players. But we are going to spend 1 season here at RB Salzburg because, we've already pretty much won the Austria Bundesliga, and we're going to finish, obviously, the Europa League, and then we're going to move on from RB Salzburg. We're going to probably, because of the way the Austria Bundesliga works, it's a bit weird. They actually consider timings and stuff like that. This season probably ends in March or April, a little bit earlier, if I remember correctly, in most leagues. So we're going to have to stay here for a little while without any games to play, other than Europa League if we don't get knocked out that early. But if I do get knocked out Europa League pretty early on, then we will change jobs, and I'll let that be up to you, depending on what teams we have. And out of curiosity, I want to see what teams. Okay, only Burnley. I forgot to move them. I completely forgot. I completely forgot to change the rest of the leagues. But Burnley are the only other team that I want us right now, so that could be fun. But maybe that's too much of an early jump straight to the Championship. But I'm going to stop waffling now. Let me know what to do with the Youth Academy players, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.